Welcome back to another episode of Next Question. Josh Palet here with Cass and Tiana. Make sure you check out our other shows, Good Chatter, The Young and the Washed, and JP25 Conversations. I'm super stoked about today's episode because it's a topic that people usually don't want to talk about because they don't want to seem shallow. Like myself, sometimes I feel a little bit shallow because guys look into looks, I think, a little bit more than girls do. At least they talk about it more, I think, than girls do in public. And I have some great guests here today that talked to me about this at the park on Saturday. And I think we can have a great conversation. So, Cass, I'll start with you.
Cool.
What would you say is your type?
My type, I would say that I like somebody that's tall, athletic, I don't know, super fun, outgoing, smart, intellectual, like have like a greater awareness than most people, I guess. I don't know. I just think like somebody who's really sure of themselves and not afraid to be vulnerable and out there, I guess. Yeah.
So when you say like looking as a type, would you say like you look mostly physical, or would you say it's like half and half?
It's like half and half. Like I definitely have to be attracted to you because like obviously there needs to be like a physical attraction, and like initially like the first thing I'm going to look at you is like with my eyes. I'm not going to talk to you. I'm just looking at you. So I definitely feel like there should be like a physical attraction, but ultimately like you can be hot as hell, but if you cannot like pick my brain or like give me questions,
hold a conversation, make you laugh, the basic things,
make
right?
me laugh, like go deeper than the surface, then like
not gonna work.
Turn off.
Okay,
so,
that's good. What about you, Tiana? What would you say is your type?
Well, I definitely used to have a type that I would stay, like my mind was just in a bubble of, I think you just get used to what you're used to and you kind of unconsciously will go for that. So it's not a conscious decision that I was making, like, oh, I only go for guys like this. But I think that unconsciously I just found myself going for what I was used to and comfortable with.
Right.
So yeah, I'm from Colorado, and there was like basically two like groups of people to choose from. Like it was kind of limited.
Like white and white, or what?
It was like a lot. Yeah, right. No, there was seriously like white people and some Latin people, and I'm like mixed culture. So I just kind of like, it was a thing. Like I felt like people almost put it on me, like, oh, you only date Latin guys. It wasn't like a conscious decision. Like I remember I was in a class and they literally hacked into I was in a keyboarding class in high school, and they like hacked into my account, and they were like as one of my hobbies they put like Mexican boys, which literally sounds like so weird.
I love it.
That was like not something I thought of as my type, but then people would kind of put that on me, like, oh, you always date like only Latin guys, you don't like white guys. And I guess I started to just kind of like be like, I guess that's true, because that's just what I was always dating Latin guys, or like, not that I was like trying to fetishize like a certain ethnicity or like do that consciously, but I guess I just unconsciously would go for like similar guys. But in terms of physical appearance, like tall, dark, and handsome, but, like characteristic wise, I would go for like almost out of reach guys, I guess, which is like so annoying. But yeah, guys who are kind of like mysterious, out of reach, really confident, and like really assertive.
So when you say out of reach, you mean like a step you think ahead of you, or like somebody that's just like kind of like you said mysterious? Like what do you mean?
Out of reach in a sense that like they don't like allow you to feel comfortable. Like they're always like back and forth, like too complex, like, oh yeah, like I really like you, like, you know, just kind of like push and pull you, make you feel like you're never safe with them, I guess. Not saying this is my current type. This is just like typically what I in the past.
Right.
As like a stereotypical type.
Okay, I think when you're younger, you actually go more for physical appearance than you would when you're older. Would you agree with that?
100%.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Right? Because, okay, so when you're younger, everybody wants to be with that good-looking person. And then you realize when you're older that that's not everything, right? You want somebody that's going to be stable, that uplifts you, makes you a better person.
100%.
Do you think there was like a defining moment in your life, or like a situation that you can remember where you're saying, this isn't like all it anymore? Like I need somebody that's more than just Good looking.
My ex-boyfriend is trash. No, I'm just kidding. No, but like for me, it was really like my ex-boyfriend. I mean, like he was just like,
say it, girl.
You know, like he was just not. I like. First of all, he wasn't my type at all, and he wasn't nice, and he wasn't motivating, and he would like put me down and just like make me a part of his issues, and I'm like, no. And it like really made me open my eyes to like the more important shit. And like I don't know, it made me view like relationships and compatibility a whole different way.
To make you realize that, like I said, it's not everything. So
right,
not trying to like call anybody out or anything, but
no, for real.
What is like the most important thing besides looks that you think matters to you? Like, are you gonna say like confidence? They make you feel confident. They have a good job.
I think somebody who's just driven. Like it doesn't matter where you work. It doesn't matter what you do or what your position in life is. It's just as like if you want to do more, regardless if those like they're small little things like, oh, let me go take a walk, or like let me go work out, or let me go the grocery store, clean my house, or something. Like just somebody who's proactive. Like
they have good habits.
Exactly. Like good habits, good morals. Like my dad always raised me and my sisters and my family to be very proactive and like motivating and just like boom, boom, boom. And that's what I just see. And my dad's the same way. So I feel like that's just a huge quality that's like run in my family too.
Absolutely. So for you, was there a defining moment? Was it like when you got to college, or was it before then that you realized that looks weren't everything?
I mean, I feel like I would like to think that I always knew that on a level. I think definitely I knew that looks weren't everything, but they definitely became a lot less important as I've gotten older, because I feel like when you're younger, you're just in like such a, at least for me, I was in like a protected bubble of like my life was just easier than it. You grow up and you see the harsh realities of life more, and you realize that you're going to go through hardships that you didn't when you were a child.
Absolutely.
Like life just is more innocent. So going through hardships in life, dealing with grief, dealing with fear, all kinds of things like that, you really want a support system and someone who makes you feel safe, someone who just like overall, they should be not making your life harder. I feel like in the past, relationships that I would have, they just kind of like would put a damper on my life, almost like more negatives than positives in certain aspects. Not all the time, but like sometimes there'd be really high highs and really low lows. But I feel like it's so important. Like life just is hard, especially like what we're going through right now with like the pandemic and everything. It just makes you think like when life is already kind of hard and you go through hardships and you realize how harsh life can be, sometimes you realize that what's the point of making your life even harder with unnecessary
bullshit.
Yeah, exactly. Right. So you just start to realize like I could have someone who functions as like a support system in my life who's just like making me feel better, or just someone who makes me feel like out of reach all the time, like unsure, uneasy, like stressed out or hurt,
No doubt. Like you said, life's already hard enough.
Yeah, you don't want to add like
more stress to you. So do you think you could learn a lot from your parents when it comes to that? Like see how they function? Because like looks are so much more in marriage, even like your parents aren't just based off of physical attraction. There's so much stuff behind it. Do you think you could learn a lot from your parents when it comes to having a type? Like for me, example, I have a checklist of like 5 things they need to like meet these 5 requirements or it's not going to work. The first one is like attraction. Okay. For me, at least, like I have to, because honestly, like even though I said it's not all looks, like you have to be attracted. For me personally, I got to get in the door, right?
Right.
And then it's like sense of humor. Like, do they get my jokes? Do they make me laugh a little bit? Do they have good family values? Do they have a good job? And basically that's it right there. 4 things. Do you guys have like a checklist when you meet a guy? Like they have to meet these requirements?
I mean, yeah. Like the first one, like for you, honestly, I'm gonna be real. Like if I'm not physically attracted to you, that's just like it's just I don't know. Like. Yeah, I'll like give you a chance 100%, like no doubt. But like that's where you're supposed to like pull me in with that personality, with those like a sense of humor, with like your aspirations and like your drive and your motivation and determination to like do more, your like proactiveness or whatever. And like I mentioned, like my parents are like super, my dad especially is like super driven and motivated and always taught us to be proactive. So I look for that and like I feel like, yeah, like I can definitely like learn from them and like watch them and see like, is this what I want, or is this something like that I don't want? But I mean, you're grown, you grow up with these family values and they're rooted in you. And so sometimes like, yeah, that could be good or bad. But in my situation, for me personally, it's like a good thing because I want somebody who's driven. I want somebody, you know, I feel like life is only accelerating faster. We're only getting smarter. We're getting quicker. We're getting like our technology is just advancing even more. So I feel like somebody who isn't within that scope or like up towards that game or level, it's just going to be like, okay, is it going to be beneficial for me in the future when I want a family or when I want to like buy a home or like, you know, start my life? So yeah, I feel like I can learn a lot from my parents.
Do you
but
think?
I also can.
Do you think? I mean, I'm single and you're single. Do you think you're a little bit too hard on yourself when it comes to like finding the other person? Do you think you're unrealistic at times?
Sometimes, yeah. I mean, a lot of people tell me like your thoughts are just like what, like, you know.
But isn't it
like,
better to be like have really high expectations for somebody than really low expectations? Like you don't want to just date anybody, right?
Totally. Like I wouldn't say I have high expectations, but I definitely have like these expectations that are like just my values. Like I don't want to like label something like high versus low. It's just like your values. Like regardless if you have like this expectation for somebody or this expectation for somebody, it's like if it's important to you, then it's important. Like
Exactly.
regardless.
What makes you happy?
Yeah. 100%.
What about for you? Do you think you have a checklist when you go into like dating somebody?
I definitely think that I have like typically thought, because okay, there's a whole thing about like equality, and I'm a working woman, I'm educated, I'm like in my field, and I like that. So, but I feel like women have to go through so much, and this is just me personally, like anyone can do whatever they want to do, but I feel like women go through a lot. Like, especially if you're going to have a family, you have to be the one who gives birth and the one who breastfeeds if you're going to do that. It's just a lot. And I think that it's important for like my man, like in my life, to at least kind of be like an equal contributor.
Totally.
That's just something that's been kind of like important to me, because it's been important to me to be driven and motivated, you know, and I want someone else who's driven and motivated and kind of like equal contributor, I guess, and definitely like intelligent and open-minded, adventurous, just sharing like the basic values. I think it's like you can open each other's minds to so many things and help each other grow and learn things that you might have not seen in a certain way. But overall, I think that it's just someone who will like be open towards your mindset and you be open towards theirs, but sometimes there is a clash that it makes it a lot harder. It's nice to have like a foundation of
Totally
compatibility.
Yeah, no doubt. Do you have any weird like quirks of somebody that you want to have? Like for some girls, I know don't think guys being funny is important to them, which is like crazy to me because I want a girl that can make me laugh too. Like I said, is there like, do you have any weird things that you look for in a guy? Like if he's vegan or if he can cook, or like, that's not weird, but anything small that like it means a lot to you, but for most people wouldn't mean much. I'll start with you, Tiana. Is there anything that you can think of?
So about the funny thing, I like you say it's weird because you think that you would obviously want someone funny, but I was seeing a guy who honestly just like wasn't funny.
How did it work?
And okay, because I was just the funny one, I guess. No, I mean, yeah, I don't know. They were like great in a lot of ways, but being funny was just not one of them. And like, it made me want that.
Hell yeah.
So
Yeah,
I definitely
hell yeah.
like that. I like when a guy's funny.
For sure.
Obviously,
Yes.
But I mean, who wouldn't want that? In terms of like weird, quirky things, I'm just pretty weird. Like I would say, if you know me on like a personal level, I'm like really goofy. My like friends in Colorado, and I like we always talk about how we're super weird, and we just like we'll talk in like weird voices or just like act insane. Like, so I like a guy who I feel like
Could be silly.
gets weird, you know, like
Gets weird. Hell
can
yeah.
be
Gets
just
weird.
like a weirdo with me and like talking like you know, but like talking weird voices and not take themselves too seriously and just
I like that.
weird.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Do you like guys that could be silly? Is that something that matters a lot to you?
Yeah, I mean, somebody that can just like be themselves, be super chill, funny, and also like clean though. Like I really want,
Hell yeah.
I
So
want
many guys are not
somebody clean as not as fuck, but like clean. And like just like I don't know, just like
Not as fuck.
Just like just
a lending hand around the house.
a lending hand.
But no, seriously, like a lot of my family, like there's a lot of, you know, people that don't, and they just kind of like watch things happen, and I'm just like, oh, if it was me or if I had somebody else, I'd be like, hey, how can I help you, or like something like that, you know.
Hell yeah.
I think that's important too, like just like what's that word?
Thoughtful.
There you go.
Helpful.
Thoughtful.
Considerate.
Helpful. Considerate.
Those are nice.
Considerate. That's huge.
I like that a lot. Where does my last question on this? Where does money rank amongst importance?
For me, I don't know, because I have this thing with money. It's like, I mean, money comes and goes. Money's everywhere. I feel like a lot of people have this limitation on like, oh, my finances, da 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 da. But I feel like the more you stress about money and the more you worry about it, the less space you make it to come to you.
I agree.
So like if you're always going to be tripping about your bills or like worried about where's my next paycheck and things, maybe you need to reevaluate your, you know, financial spendings and things like that, and start budgeting and stuff and making space for like more money to come to you. And it's so funny because like I have this thing on like my phone. It says like 2021 is going to bring in like new stuff, new this, new that, whatever. And like there's one that says new finances, and I actually got a raise this
Wow,
month.
look at you. Was it a fortune cookie or what was it?
No, it was
Oh.
just like this thing that I read, and I was just like, I really was inspired, and I was like, I want to put this on my background because I feel like I'm going to manifest all these good things, and all these great things have been happening.
That's
and
awesome.
I got a raise. But to answer your question, money is not that important, but it is something that I'm just like, okay.
You think about
just
every
gotta
now and
be
then, yeah.
careful. Yeah, you just have to be, careful and like sure and stuff.
Absolutely. What about you, Tiana? What do you think about money?
Like right now, if they don't have money like that, it's okay. But it's like, are you responsible? Are you intelligent? Like
have a plan?
financially literate? Do you care? So like, I wouldn't be like, oh, you're not like wealthy right now. Like that's not super important to me. More just like, are you irresponsible, or are you inquisitive about understanding how to be smart and wise with money? That's important for sure. Or do you have prospects? Are you investing in yourself as like a entrepreneur, or like with your career, or just like forward thinking?
This is really good. You think about this, obviously.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
But I'm not like, you need to have like a lot of money right now. Yeah.
Right.
I think kind of going off what you said, Cass, like people that are so into money at our age, I'm 27, you're like about 26, 25,
26.
right? Yeah. People like don't have fun at our age. It's like, I'm not saying I do it right by any means, but I'm like, how are you stressed the fuck out at like 26 so much over money?
real.
Like this is the time we're supposed to have fun and not like
100%.
hoard everything we have.
100%.
I don't know. I just think it's crazy. And then girls that holding against guys that aren't rich at 26, 27. Like
Right.
I've heard so many guys talk about this where they're like,
it's a California thing.
yeah, I mean, yeah, I think it's not like to the guys. Like I feel like as from a woman's perspective, got a lot of women friends and everything. I feel like a lot of us, and we all very obviously, but are kind of like thinking what I said. It's not like you have to have a lot of money right now and you have to be done and like you're, popping right now. It's just like, we want to see that you're smart about
Yeah.
it,
Yeah,
and
at
we
least
want to
you
see
think
that you're
about it.
responsible.
Exactly.
That's good.
100%.
That's what matters.
100%.
Right now we're young. So we thought we'd spice it up with the 36 questions that lead to love, published by the New York Times. Apparently, to fall in love with anyone, you do this. You just ask these questions. So we're going to rapid fire them.
Let's get it. All right, Cass, I'm going to start with you.
All right, let's go.
Given the choice of anyone in the world, whom would you want as a dinner guest?
Megan Fox.
I knew you were going to say that. Okay, for me, it'd be my grandma who passed away, and I love her and I miss her.
Oh, that's way better than Megan Fox. All right.
Can I change my answer?
Tiana, would you like to be famous in what way?
I would like to be famous for like a scientific breakthrough that like
Helps
helps
people?
people a lot.
Fuck
That'd be
yeah.
pretty
Dope.
sick. Yeah,
That's
that
dope.
would be epic.
All right,
Writing
Cass,
a
beat
book.
that. Writing a book?
Yeah,
That's good too.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
And you
Yes.
will do that.
I will.
All right, Cass, before making a telephone call, do you ever rehearse what you are going to say? Why?
Yes and no, because I'm like trying to make sure that I get my point across, but I'm also trying to be in the moment. So it's like, it depends on the person, depends on the vibe.
Okay, what about you, Tiana?
So yeah, I think about like general concepts, but I'm really not good with like if I get a script in my head, it just completely screws me up. So I like to be like in the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Tiana, when did you last sing to yourself or someone else?
Oh my gosh. I probably sang to myself in between calls at work today. Like I just always play music when I'm not on the phone, so I sing by myself.
Oh my God. Fun fact. I tried out for American Idol when I was 15, and that was the last time I sang. And I made it. Okay, maybe like I sing to myself in the shower in my room, but like really, really belch and like sing was like American Idol.
What did they say to you when you went to American Idol?
They told me I was a great singer, but no.
Off of that question, what's your go-to song that you sing?
Oh, I sang "Listen" by Beyonce.
Ooh, okay.
What? Okay, Aaliyah's my favorite singer, and I would love to sing any of her like OG songs.
I like that. Okay, Cass, if you were able to live to the age of 90 and retain either the mind or body of a 30-year-old for the last 60 years of your life, which one would you want?
Body.
Body, right? For sure. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yada,
Tiana,
yada, yada, yada.
Okay. Body yaddy. So yeah, body, because let me just say, because not necessarily your mind's gonna like become worse. You might learn
Right.
so many incredible life lessons and become wiser, and then your body will still work and you can just do things. So
Okay, I like that. Tiana, do you have a secret hunch about how you will die?
okay, I like grew up with asthma. My lungs are just like trash, so I feel like hopefully not, but maybe like lung related.
Okay.
Oh God. I hope not. Me, one time I read like my horoscope and they told me that I was going to live a really long life and die a peaceful death. So I'm banking on that.
So just peacefully passing.
All right, Cass, name three things you and your partner appeared to have in common if you had a partner.
Sense of humor.
Wait, what?
This person doesn't exist, by the way.
Work. Nope.
No, I'll be your
no
partner for
exists.
this example.
All right.
Isn't it like for your
Yeah,
questions
you're,
list?
yeah.
Oh,
I'm your partner.
okay, you're my partner. Cool. Sense of humor, oddness, like weirdness, and
Where we live.
where we live, our vibe, our house vibe, like our decorations, everything like that. Yes.
Okay.
Decor.
Okay, I think that we both have an appreciation for food and like herbal medicine, nutrition, since I met her at SDSU in the nutrition program. Also, like really cherishing our family life, our family, and being super like deep. We're like not surface people. Like you should see us in the house. We like play this card game that like makes you talk about deep questions like this.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, Tiana, for what in your life are you most grateful for?
Oh my gosh. Well, the first thing that came to my head was my parents. I think that my parents are the coolest people ever, and they're like my best friends.
Okay.
So them.
Yeah, same. My family, like 100%. My family.
All right, if you could change anything about the way you were raised, what would you change?
Maybe just like given more of an explanation of things. Just like
How babies are made or what?
no.
Still don't know?
No, just like I don't know, like if I were to get in trouble, like don't tell me just because it was like something I did bad or whatever. Like I don't know, just something I just more deepness, I guess, more depth, like less surface.
Okay.
Sorry, what was the question?
The question is...
What do I wish was different about my upbringing?
Yeah.
I wish I had an older brother. I don't know why, but I always wanted an older brother, and I think it'd be like the funnest thing ever.
Okay. Tiana, if you could wake up tomorrow having gained one quality, what would it be? Or ability?
Oh my gosh. Like the ability, I don't know if this is the direction that it should be taken in, but like the ability to kind of use my time how I want to and like not feel like so trapped to like work.
Okay.
I just want to like have more time.
I wish if I woke up with an ability or whatever, I think it would be like some really good at something, like a sport, like really, really good. Like
Which sport?
damn,
Pool?
no, kind of like basketball or
I did not expect that.
Did not expect that
or
one.
like
Yeah, yeah.
tennis, basketball or tennis.
Dude, let's play
That'd be
tennis.
sick.
Okay.
Like, yeah, I play.
Is there something you've dreamt of doing for a long time but haven't done it yet?
Oh my gosh. It's like a lot of stuff, I feel like. Definitely traveling to certain places. Like I really want to go to South
gonna say
America and different parts of Asia.
Yeah, I was gonna say traveling for sure. Like just expanding and going out into different places and cultures.
Like
Yeah.
eating certain food things. I'm like a really big
100%.
foodie.
All right. Cass, what is the greatest accomplishment of your life?
Overcoming my eating disorder.
I like that.
For me, like I just felt so accomplished when I transferred to SDSU because it was so annoying and I hit every obstacle. I had to like appeal for a late application because I missed the deadline, and like I had to take all these extra classes, and it was just like so epic. I thought I was gonna like fail my stats class, and I just like grinded so hard, and I had such a sense of direction of like what I wanted to do, the program and everything. So that felt like super accomplishing when I did that.
Nice, nice.
Dope.
What do you value most in a friendship?
Is it your turn first or mine?
I think it's yours.
Okay. Value most in a friendship is, I think, like genuinity, if that's a word. Just like being really genuine in yourself with me and feeling like you're not BSing me, like you're just giving it to me real and like being
Straight up.
Yeah. Like I just want to feel like you're you with me. I hate
Okay.
like surfacey
That's good.
Yeah.
fakeness. Yeah.
I would say consideration and like communication, like somebody who's just open and real with me and just like honest and just like no, like you said, like no surfacey stuff, just deep.
Basically the
Real
same
shit.
thing. Okay.
Yeah.
That's good. What is your most treasured memory?
My most treasured memory. Wow. God, that's hard. Damn. I think do you have yours? Because I can't think of one right now.
My most treasured memory, definitely like with my family. We wouldn't get together that often because I grew up in Colorado, like without them. A lot of my family's in California or like spread across the country. So whenever we'd get together for holidays, it was so epic, and I feel like just it felt great. Like I had a family squad.
Oh, that's fun.
Squat.
Yep.
Pass.
Oh, I still can't
When you met me in biology
Okay, yeah,
There it
when
is.
I met T.
There it is.
I have a lot, okay?
This life is so epic.
All right, Tiana, what's your most terrible memory?
My most terrible memory? Oh my gosh. I got diagnosed with type 1 diabetes when I was 21 years old, and I was honestly really terrible just because I was in college and I was really stressed out and overwhelmed, and I thought I was like gonna die, and it was like I didn't know anyone else who had type 1, so like navigating that and dealing with like I got diagnosed like in final exams,
Oh my God.
and it was just like so hard. So yeah, that was rough.
Yeah. Mine is for sure like struggling with depression and feeling really, really alone and kind of, yeah, just really alone in depression. That was my bad, terrible memory.
That's not good. I know a lot of people, including myself, like depression, like when my brother passed, like
Yeah.
that's definitely the worst.
100%.
If you knew you were going to die in 1 year, would you change the way you were living now?
100%. Is it my turn?
I think it's actually Cass's turn.
Go ahead.
My turn?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Like I think my priorities and my values would completely change into like a less like structured or like I don't know how to call it, but just for sure 100% my priorities would change, my values would change, and like my aspirations and my things that I do every day would change.
Okay.
I would just quit my job immediately. I would quit my job immediately, like eat whatever I want and travel everywhere.
Just be fat
and
as
just,
fuck
like,
traveling the world. Love that.
yeah. Oh my gosh. I would just like burn all my savings and just like have a great time.
Fuck your lungs up even more, huh? Like just everything just goes right there.
I mean,
double fisting cigarettes around the world would be perfect.
No, I would definitely not. I hate cigarettes.
What does friendship mean to you?
I don't know why I'm so bad at remembering whose turn it is. Okay. Friendship to me means literally you love each other and you're obsessed with each other. That's how I feel about my best friends. And that like you just want to spend a lot of time with each other and connect, and you just are on the same vibe.
For sure. 100%. I agree. Like somebody who open communication, like I said, open communication, authentic, genuine connection, real shit, no BS, and obviously having a good ass time and like having fun.
Okay. Cass, when was the last time you cried in front of another person?
Wow. That actually last week. Last week.
Okay.
I cried in front of another person.
All right, Tiana, when was the last time you cried in front of somebody else?
Like 2 days ago. I was like, well, it might have been a little bit longer, but there was like a while recently where I cried like every day. It was just like an off week for me about just like life and my job, quarantine, feeling like I didn't have like a good balance, but I'm doing better now. So
Cool.
Good.